So here's a perfect example of just how crazy, psycho jealous some gals can be for any competition for their guy's attention, even if it's his own family. And how if you observe this, you need to nip in the butt and get rid of them real quick. Otherwise, it's going to be a major problem in your life. And this guy does just that. Now listen to this. Title: Am I the a-hole for calling my girlfriend childish and telling her to leave after she intentionally destroyed a gift that I got for my little sister? And I shout out to Matt for sending me this short story. It says, my girlfriend, Megan, and I stay together. In other words, they're living together. She had a fight with her parents and asked if we could move in together, so we did. Smack! That's no reason to move in with a girl. Are you out of your freaking mind? Maybe fighting with her parents shows she's not exactly easy to live with. Not too long ago, I had to take my little sister in. I can't disclose much except for the fact that I was her only option. When we had to talk about me having to take my sister in, Megan did not like the idea. She told me that I was too young to have such a responsibility. What will happen when we get married and have our own kids? Our place was too small, etc., but didn't outright say she had an issue with it. That's her way of communicating she has an issue with it. And guess what? Your little sister, that comes, and by the way, the little sister's 11 years old, comes before your girlfriend who you probably haven't been with that long. And what's this marriage and kids crap? I obviously couldn't turn my back on my sister, so I went ahead with it despite her reservations. Although my sister has always been friendly to Megan from the moment she met her, Megan is always just indifferent. And it sucks because my sister really admires her and enjoys talking to her. I just thought maybe they don't connect because of my sister's age. No, they don't connect because your girlfriend Megan is a selfish a-hole. That's why. Doesn't like any competition. His sister's 11 years old. Her hanging around with an older girl, to her, that's a big, big deal, A month ago, I bought my sister a Switch. I think it's the Nintendo Switch, obviously. She's always wanted one, and all her friends have it. I figure she deserved it as she just does well at school, helps with chores, and generally is a well-behaved kid. She loved it and has been taking good care of it. Megan wasn't happy when I bought it, and she actually sulked. Dude, this is not going to work. She was bitchy about you taking your sister in, but wasn't directly saying don't take her in. And now she's indifferent towards your sister, being moody, and now she's sulking because you bought your sister a gift. Because in her mind, that's money you could have spent on me. So Megan would borrow the Switch incessantly, and my sister would not say no to her because maybe she was afraid to. But Megan would use it so much that it felt like it belonged to her. My sister never said anything. She would just patiently wait for her turn. Sometimes Megan would use it even when my sister was at school, saying she gets bored when I'm at work. This guy's girlfriend says she's bored with her boyfriend who's telling the story here's at work. Why doesn't Megan have a job? She's just sitting around all day watching freaking, reruns and watching Netflix or something and playing the Nintendo Switch as your sister's. She's a loser. And why the hell are you with her? No wonder her parents and her fight. Her parents are probably saying, you're a loser, get a job, go to school or something. All this made me uncomfortable, so I asked her to please tone down on the Switch as it's unfair to my sister. It was her gift. Megan agreed, although it was clear she was upset. She gave us the silent treatment for the rest of the night. Last week when I came back from picking up my sister from school, we found the Switch was broken. What a freaking BIT. It was for your sister, an 11-year-old, who's always having a tough time because she has to live with a brother. Obviously, the family situation isn't good. Clearly, this guy is the white knight hero. Because let's think about this here. He moved in with his girlfriend because she was having trouble at home with her parents. Gee, I wonder why. Big mistake. Then he's taking in his sister. And that's great. He should take in his sister. Let me make that clear. But this guy, he takes care of people. Right? And he takes care of the sister. Well, the other one, the girlfriend's a selfish a-hole. Don't like the competition. She wants all the attention on her. She says we found it broken, and that's putting it lightly. It looked like the Switch was deliberately smashed. My sister was distraught. When I asked Megan what the fuck happened, she told us that she accidentally dropped it and it broke. What a load of crap. It was obvious that she was lying, and when I point out that there are other times where she seemed to have an issue with an 11-year-old for no reason, she got annoyed with me and told me that everything was fine until my sister moved in. Yeah, because she was getting all the attention. And I want to point out, I do believe I read somewhere in the comment section, some of his responses, that this girlfriend of his is an only child. And although I've known some children, I knew some people in my life that were only children, one kid, no siblings, that were cool. I've known some where the most spoiled, entitled, everything is my way, the highway type of thing I've ever met. It's unreal. I called my girlfriend childish and asked her to please pack her bags and go back to her parents' house because I need space and time to think. It's about time, my man. This only made her more annoyed, but she eventually left. Her best friend texted me last night to tell me that I was an a-hole for kicking Megan out because on top of everything else, I know how rocky her relationship with her parents are. Does that make me an a-hole? No. She's been a problem with your sister ever since. Your sister comes first. Absolutely. Your sister's an innocent kid, for God's sake. Okay? And when I said earlier, this guy's obviously a white knight, it's okay to do that to take care of to help with your family as long as your family isn't taking advantage of you. But he was the white knight with his girlfriend here. Look where it got him. And now she has her friends giving him shit. That's usually part of the Hobag Handbook, Chapter 8. Get the friends to bug you when, But no, he's not the a-hole here. She's a piece of shit and knows the rocky relationship with her parents. Why do you think she has a rocky relationship with her parents? Because she's an asshole. Now the update. I just wanted to write an update on what happened after I posted. When I kicked Megan out, I already knew there was no way our relationship could continue. Well, thank God for that. After reading the comments in the post, I knew that I needed to officially end the relationship and not leave things hanging. I only said to her I needed time to think about what I wanted her to leave without a fuss, so she already had caused enough trouble. I hadn't spoken to her since what happened because I was ignoring her as well. Some of her texts were telling me that she missed me and wanted to come back home. I decided to text her to arrange a meeting. She told me to come over to her friend's place because she only stayed a few days at her parents' place. When I got to her friend's place, I told Megan that the relationship is not working for me and it's best we break up. Good, get right to the point. I said I don't see myself getting over the fact that she intentionally destroyed something that meant a lot to my sister over her irrational jealousy. Not to mention that she never really opened up to my sister, which should have been enough for me to end the relationship. My sister deserves to be around someone who's willing to form a relationship with her. I had the rest of her stuff and proceeded to give that to her. She started crying and pleading and then accusing me of choosing my sister over her. Of course he's going to choose his sister over her, particularly an 11-year-old that needs her big brother here. Again, spoiled, selfish, only child brat. I clearly never really loved her, she said. She knew that this would happen after my sister moved in. Bitch, you caused the problem. Now, okay, sure. If you're with your boyfriend and having somebody else move in, probably in a tight space, yeah, that could be, not what she expected initially, but have a fucking heart. But she doesn't have a heart. It's all about her. I said to her, this is exactly why I'm breaking up with you. I also told her that I need to be reimbursed the $300 for the Switch that she accidentally dropped because my little sister's heartbroken over it, and she's sad ever since that happened. There is no way this chick is ever going to give this guy the money for that Nintendo Switch. Ever. Remember, it didn't sound like this chick had a job. She rolled her eyes and told me that she already said it was an accident and that's not her problem anyway, since I don't want to be with her anymore. If she had any level of dignity, any integrity, she would replace that thing. Look, accidents happen, okay? But you got to pay for them if it happens on your watch. That's the way I see it. I didn't feel like continuing to argue with her, so I told her to never contact me again and left. When I got home, I blocked her everywhere, and I'm relieved that she's out of our lives. But I'm very disappointed in myself that it took something so drastic for me to see that Megan was not a good person. Well, many guys have been there and learned the hard way. Megan is not a good person. She's an asshole. And like I said in the comments section, he mentions that she's an only child and obviously spoiled, used to getting her way. But anyhow, good God, hear that motorcycle? He does a big one with her. And what I would do, a lot of people in the comment section are saying, go sue her, go to small claims court. And he made the point, like, number one, the odds are he's not going to win. Two, he'll have to take off work to go to small claims court, lose money there. And frankly, I think he should just take the loss on this and look at it like, hey, that's what it took to get rid of her out of my life, so be it. And I would go buy the little sister another Nintendo Switch because the kid's a good kid. Because that little girl will take care of it. But I would be very careful if I was this guy, of this chick trying to come after him, damaging his car, breaking into his apartment, anything like that. She's unhinged, okay? I would install at least a ring camera by the door of the apartment, maybe inside, just in case, and, let people know, maybe your apartment complex, security, there could be a crazy girl here, just to play it safe, because you just never know. But anyhow, a couple comments here before I wrap this up. One guy says, change your locks if you haven't done so already. Also, probably want to get a camera for your vehicle. After she does something like that, nothing should be considered being taken off the table for her to do. Protect yourself and your sister for that matter. There you go. God, can you imagine if this guy had a pet, a dog or a cat, what this chick would do because she's pissed off at him? I don't even want to think about that. And believe me, that ever happened to me, I'm near the Everglades. Let me tell you, someone ever harmed my cats. I thought that I would let that happen. Yeah, they would end up in the Everglades as alligator food. Another one. It says, you made the right decision in breaking up with Megan. She intentionally destroyed your sister's gift out of jealousy, and that's a red flag for how she values your family. It's important to set boundaries with someone who can't respect your relationship outside the romantic one. The fact that she showed no remorse and brushed off the $300 in damages only further shows how she doesn't understand the gravity of her actions. She doesn't care. And one more, it says, good man, just be careful moving forward. She strikes me as not the most stable of chicks if she gets jealous over your little sister. Change the locks, get cameras, and probably most importantly, tell any neutral parties the truth. Now, and get ahead of her trying to spin some bullshit story to try and ruin your reputation. Yeah, control the narrative. Don't forget that one. So anyhow, guys, there's an example. Some go crazy about any competition, even if it's a little sister who's 11 years old, and don't care who they hurt. Be aware of this.